And the man that has been in Super Indy tournaments more times than anyone else in history, tonight is Gory's 8th. Wow. Gory's very first tournament, he was 18.
He was the new face back then.
When Super Indy was formed, he was 15. His entire life, this has been a goal. And only one man in history has gone coast to coast, come into Super Indy as defending champion, and come out still reigning champion. That man is RJ City. Gory could make history.
Another shout out to our brothers up in Canada. Whatever that's about.
It's not gone well for the Canadians thus far between Argos and Ethan.
No, not yet.
Not yet, we're out of Canadians. What are you talking about? Unless you want to count Pollock, and he's got a long road to climb later.
Well, who knows? Maybe he'll be successful.
Great exchange center ring. Henry, a former Evolve Tag Team champion. If Henry has tournament experience in his own right. He won the X16 tournament for PWX in North Carolina. Side headlock by Henry. You know you can't match Gory for quickness. You know you can't match him psychologically. Gory takes away so many potential options.
You might be able to outpower him, but he's also one of the toughest men I've ever met in my entire life.
Nice satellite head scissors and a drop kick as well. Henry needs a breather. Jayworth, do you feel the pressure of being the defending champion will help or hurt the New Age play?
I think it's going to help. I mean, we're talking about a man who's angry about the fact that he had to hand it over at the start of the tournament. And he, as he said, he does not intend to leave without it. I think that this is going to push him toward keeping his title.
Now, keep in mind, if Gory is successful, his title reign will be uninterrupted in the lineage and the history. His reign will move on at 10 months and counting. If he's defeated, the title is officially vacated, and it goes to the winner of the overall tournament.
Yeah, he is still the Super Indy champion, despite not coming to the ring with the belt.
And if Henry, Gory a little hungry, that carnivorous nature of the New Age plague, and now into the satellite head scissors. Now keep in mind, if Henry beats Gory, Henry is not Super Indy champion. He has to go through the whole field.
Yeah, it's the winner of the tournament.
As Gory sends Henry to the outside unceremoniously this time. Gory has been much more poised and methodical than anyone else we've seen thus far tonight.
I'd go with focused as well.
And you can tell that's running space in the head of Anthony Henry.
Which, let's be honest, Gory takes up a little space in the head of anyone who he's in the ring with. You don't stare at someone like Gory and think, well, this will be your standard catch-as-catch KO.
Gory's had a banner year as Henry with the physicality. Gory has overcome the likes of Facade, Ophidian, DJZ, and Chris LaRusso as Gory drives the legs for two. Slips underneath now for two. I would wager to think as Gory going high risk. Signal for the QAS but got caught in a flapjack. Jayworth, Henry is not the same athlete as anybody I just named.
True, very true.
There are stark differences stylistically and mentality-wise. As Henry skins the cat and sends Gory to the floor, eye for an eye, from what Gory did earlier.
And now it looks like Henry's looking to dive.
Henry takes a chance. And snap power slam. Great midstream adjustment by Henry to land on his feet, move back in, and snap off the power slam in one swift motion.
Yeah, it was fluid. That was beautiful.
Only got two that time, though.
Oh, I felt that.
That echoed through the body of Gory. God.
It's like he knocked this.
What's that? 2 count only, that striking in that mixed martial arts background.
He knocked the vertebrae sideways with the first kick, then straightened it back out with the second.
I think Henry is still having flashbacks of that Super Indy 4-way matchup 10 months ago. Keep in mind that filled a vacancy because the Super Indy 16 winner, look out, Henry charges in, and now head and arm suplex, 2 count only. The Super Indy 16 winner, Adam Cole, wound up being defeated by John McChesney, who got injured mid-match. John McChesney's still on the mend. We wish him well.
Yeah.
Saw him up in Meadville as our guest host.
Heal quickly. Another fine Canadian brother.
What? Your GPS is a little off, pal. It's Henry.
Meadville's pretty close to Canada. I'm just saying.
You refuse to go. How would you know? Gory the elbows.
I would be happy to go if they would agree to my trans.
Yeah, but you demand a Learjet, so that's a little different. Oh, God!
Oh, good Lord. I'm willing to compromise and take a helicopter.
You think Henry's going to compromise in this matchup?
Not at all.
Henry will go through Gory if he has to.
Yeah, Henry's counteroffer seems to be a swift kick to the body part that he can reach.
But we know Gory's pain threshold. We know he can withstand a lot. We've seen it since day one.
Sure, absolutely.
Super Indy 4, Gory got the absolute crap kicked out of him by Low Key. No other way to put it. We're having some flashbacks to that matchup here tonight.
I watched him take a stun gun from the Gambinos. Not the move, the stun gun, a literal stun gun.
Yeah. Kind of puts it in perspective, doesn't it, as what Gory can withstand. That was before the transformation, as Gory tries to fight out of Henry's grasp, and they almost both tumble. Oh! Gory got caught. That apron has been a sweet spot offensively, but it's hurt a lot of people so far. Henry wants a count out. Henry is intimidated, I think. Henry may not know how to beat Gory.
Well, Henry may also know that this is a long tournament, and if he can sit there and breathe for a little bit and not have to do any more fighting, then that's an easy way in.
Winner of this match to face the winner of Jeff Cobb and David Starr. One match already set, that's Gresham Janela. It'll be one-on-one in the finals, as we are at 7. Gory has to struggle back to the ring. And we are at crunch time, much like with Gresham. Gory gets in the nick of time. But obviously, labored movements, is Gory sitting duck at this point?
No, I mean, let's be honest. You know you have a 10 count. You're not going to push to try and get back into that ring at 6 if you can give yourself a little more time and a little more air. Oh. Good Lord. That may have cracked a nipple.
And I can't remember the last time I've seen Gory in this much visible pain.
I mean, he can shake it off, he can ignore it, but at the same time, he knows it's there.
Other than hatred and anger, Gory doesn't show emotions. And we're seeing some of that anger now. Gory doing his best to fire back.
Some elbows to the jaw.
Yeah, whatever he can get at this point. Oh, man, is Henry intense. And Gory, I went to take a bite, but Henry pushed away. And now, to the very top, seamlessly. No, Gory slips free. Leg chop DDT.
And credit to Gory for seeing what was coming and dodging all of it and coming up with a counter. They were like in the middle of a hurricane.
Well, unlike a hurricane, there is no calm in the eye of Gory at this point. It is intensity, it is focus, it is determination. Same to be said about Anthony Henry, as both men are digging down deep.
Oh, there we go.
Gory's chest has turned colors. Henry's, you got to believe, is on its way. Oh.
Now just tagging him back to the corner.
And Henry's trying to step back away from some of those shots, but Gory's still connecting with some. The knees follow through. And the clothesline connects. Scary kick back of the head.
And Gory staying vigilant, making sure he knows exactly where Henry's at.
Oh! Springboard drop kick, nicely done. 2-0. Half second away. And again, how much do you think it's on Gory's mind of him surrendering that championship at Super Indy 6, that pressure to not be someone who surrenders that title and never sees it again?
I mean, I'm going to say it's...
Shoulders down. Henry able to adjust. Now Henry will trap the shoulders. Nope. And we are back and forth center ring, no full cut advantage. And again, the competitive nature of these athletes. Henry's got about 10 or 15 pounds on Gory, but Gory's bringing it. And the steam. Oh, no. Henry rolls through the momentum. Pull the tights. Come on, Raph. And Jay, I want to get back to that question, but these guys aren't giving us a chance to breathe.
Now, machine gun offense here. I would say it's not in the back of his mind. It's right at the front.
Oh! Long blower connects. Kick Gory beat him. Got him. No.
Didn't get the weight up over the shoulders. Just got the legs up. And Henry was able to shift himself before the weight got over his legs. Or his legs got over his shoulders, I should say.
So much pressure both these men are putting on themselves. Henry is capable of stepping up and making it take. No, wait a second. Gory, the soul leader. Henry rolls through. Gory had chopped the legs. That'd have been all. Roll up here. Slipped in the back door. Henry escapes.
Back and through. No!
Use Gory's momentum to snap off the German. Kick to the back of the head.
That caught him right in the back of the ear.
Henry on top. No.
That's a good way to scramble the old radio signals.
Psychologically, do you give an advantage to anybody, Jay Worth?
Gory. I mean, he has the motivation to want to keep the title. Plus, he knows how to get in people's heads.
That's true, but Henry has connected with a higher percentage on his strikes.
Sure, but that's not that doesn't affect his psychology.
If it's a striking man's game, it could cause Gory to doubt himself. We'll see. Gory's got to adjust. Right now, Gory's in a bad way. Henry is feeling confident. We'll see if it translates.
Well, Gory has hold of the rope. Now throwing punches into those exposed ribs. There we go.
That is trademark Gory. Henry takes a very hard tumble. Henry! The drop kick connects. Gory was in midair. Nowhere.
Powerbomb!
Stacks it up. No. Into an STF. That is tightly cinched in.
And again, center of the ring. Perfect placement. And Gory just squirming to the ropes. And now switching to a Rings of Saturn almost.
And Gory, he's close. Gory used a rope break with his face?
I think he bit the bottom rope.
Well, Gory had no arms left over. It was all he had left. Is Henry questioning himself? Is Henry having doubts? Is Henry questioning, how do you stop Gory?
Well, let's be honest. He's hit him with some pretty heavy offense. And Gory still keeps figuring a way out. Yeah, he's frustrated. He's looking at a guy that's shorter than him, weighs less than him, not quite in as good shape. Well, Same shape, but doesn't have the size, the mass. You figured he should be able to put him away by now.
Henry is almost mocking Gory, toying with him. And you can see the eyes from here. The New Age plague has been awoken.
Psychological games are not the games you want to play with Gory. Just a flurry of kicks there.
A hard series of shots. And Henry the clothesline. Well, powerbomb worked earlier. Didn't work this time. Gory from QAS! QAS! Gory made him!